Is it possible to coach ourselves, to get ourselves to improve our performance on an ongoing basis? Is it possible for us to effectively coach ourselves? What's up, everyone? I want to welcome you to another episode of Unconscious Communication Secrets. And today I'm going to be talking about something called perceptual positions. So, let me just pull this screen up. So, how can you truly not just coach yourself effectively, but allow yourself to have insights about your own performance? So, we're going to be talking about something called the power of perceptual positions. So, I want you to imagine. I say it says watching a home movie, but imagine you see there's a tennis game, okay? Now, depending on where you are in the tennis game is a completely different experience. If you are player one, it's a different experience. If you're the other player, it's a very different experience. Or if you are one of the audience that is watching, everyone has a very different experience. Now, a great athlete, what they do is sometimes they go, okay, they think of how am I going to perform myself? But then they also say, you know what if I was my opponent, how would I think? What would I expect? How would I try and adapt myself? So I start to think of how I'd perform myself, but then I start to think, how is the other person going to think? You start to think of strategy. But then also you might think, if I was the audience, what would I like in a game? What would make me feel entertained? And so you start to think of the different positions that you're in, or how everyone else is thinking. So I want you to, so perceptual positions is all about like putting yourself in someone else's shoes, but also to not just adjust how an argument is going, but also to improve ourselves, to coach ourselves. So I want you to think of some natural examples of where we do this thing called perceptual positions. Basically, a perceptual position is where you're looking at things from a different point of view. So if you think of it after you've had a conversation and you like, oh, you know what, I should have said that, or next time I should be doing this. You are looking at it as in you're coaching yourself to a certain degree. Or if you ever watch a video of yourself and you go, next time, this is not what I should wear. I should be wearing this. Or sometimes when you go into acting, if you've ever done any acting, what we do is we start to put ourselves in other people's shoes, and we start to think, act, and feel like a person. So we act like them. We do impressions of people. So we naturally do this where we get into other people's point of view. Or if you're watching something and you give a commentary, that's another different position in terms of where you're giving that thing. So I'll tell you a very quick story. When I was at a live event, and it was Tony Robbins' event. I was in Florida, and what happened is he basically goes up to someone, and he finds there's someone in the audience, and they had a bit of a problem, and so they were sharing their problem, and they're like, I kind of feel down. This has been going on too long, etc. I've been feeling down, and I'm just not taking enough action in my life, etc. And then Tony says, okay, all right, fine. And then he just tells the person, okay, just stand up for a moment and come and stand next to me and look at yourself over there. And I want you to describe what kind of person is that? The one that was just talking over there. And the guy goes, that's a person that's lost hope. That's a person and he's just talking about himself. But literally all it took was him to say, okay, come and stand over here. Look at that person over there that was just talking and describe him to me. And all it took was the guy said a few things and he said, okay, and what should that guy do? And the man said, well, he should get over the past. He should just get over the past and move on with his life. And he goes, okay, cool. And then he goes back to his position, and all that Tony did was just get the guy to coach himself. And this is where I first learned like the power of perceptual positions. Like in terms of coaching people, sometimes you don't need to coach someone. You can just tell a person, stand up, come over here, and what if you were a coach seeing that person over there, what would you say to that person? And people will come up with some amazing things, and it's very, very, very powerful, because you can tell someone what to do, but if they tell themselves, or if you tell yourself, it's even more powerful. And I'll tell you another example. Like at another event, there was a couple that were arguing, and you know, the speaker at the time, he sort of says, okay, listen, you know, you guys have been arguing. You've been arguing for so long. Now he speaks to the husband. And he says, listen, I want you to, like, okay, tell me what's the issue from your side. Oh, it doesn't appreciate me, da 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 da. Okay, fine. So that's from your point of view. Now I want you to put yourself in her shoes, and I want you to tell me, what is she thinking, feeling on a daily basis? And the husband goes, well, and he said, just completely in her shoes. I want you to see life through her eyes. What is she seeing, hearing, and feeling? And then he goes, well, yeah, she's feeling a little neglected, like no one's looking after her, like no one's taking her out for a while, no one's, etc. And all of a sudden he started looking at life through her point of view, and suddenly it seemed like the problem got resolved, all because he just started looking at things through her point of view. So this is such a simple concept, but so powerful when it's done correctly. So I'm just going to share the framework of what we call perceptual positions. So first position is basically when I'm seeing, hearing, and feeling things through my own eyes. When I am experiencing life, I am in first position. Now, when you get to second position is when, if you're having a conversation and you see something through another person's eyes, you see, hear, and feel it through their eyes. That's second position. When you are doing acting, or you do an impression, that's what we call second position. You are seeing, hearing, and feeling life through someone else's reality. That's second position. And then third position, I forgot to change the title there. Third position is when you are witnessing. You are like a commentator. You are looking at yourself from a third position. Like you are an observer. And this is very powerful when it comes to coaching yourself, because you can be like, you know, like for example, I could do a talk right now. I will come and do a talk, and I'll be like, okay, this is da 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 da, and I'll tell you all my thing, and then I'll go into third position and I'll look at myself and I say, you know what, Muneer could have one, made sure that this camera works. For some reason it keeps going out of focus. Why is this going out of focus? Great live video. Nope. Okay. Anyhow, but there we go. So you look at the third position, you sort of say, okay, what could Muneer have done better in this live video? And I say, well, Muneer didn't have as much energy. He could have improved the energy levels. He could have structured his story a little bit better. Muneer could have gone in time with the music and practice that. And so what I'm doing is I'm literally doing it right now. I'm literally coaching myself as to what I could have done better. And that's a very effective power of third position, because if someone else tells it to you, you'll be upset. But if I'm saying to myself, what could I improve? What could I have improved? What did I do well? What could I have improved? well, I did well. I put the slides together in a very short space of time. What could I have improved? Well, I had 3 mistakes in my slides this time. So I could improve that. I could check my slides better next time. So this is how you do third position. You are talking about yourself and your performance. And it's very, very powerful if you do this right after you perform. You perform something, and then you go straight into third position and you give yourself feedback. So and that's just so powerful in terms of truly allowing yourself to step up in the next time. So here's the positions once more. Is a quick summary. Your perceptual positions. There's first position, which is seeing, hearing, and feeling things through your own eyes, through your own experience. Second position, through someone else's eyes. And then third position is as an observer. So that's perceptual positions. And this is so powerful in terms of coaching. If you ask someone to, instead of telling them what to do, you just tell them, stand up, come over here, that person over there, describe that person to me. And they'll tell you you don't go up to someone and say, you are like acting like a loser and da 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 da. Get them to stand up, tell them, come over here onto my side, and say, you've just heard that person speak over there. How would you describe them? And then it's in their words, it's in that person's words. So it's very, very, very powerful. Or do it for yourself, because that's again very, very, very powerful. So that's perceptual positions, your first, second, and third position. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Change your view and you can coach yourself too. It's the phrase that pays, the phrase of the day. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I truly appreciate you. And I will catch you on another video very, very soon. If you have not, please do subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in another episode of Unconscious Communication Secrets very, very soon. Also, if you haven't already, do check out my NLP webinar that's happening on Wednesday. I would love to see you guys there. Lots of love. It's completely free, by the way. So it's just an introduction to NLP, which is the science of the mind. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Change your view and you can coach yourself too. Lots of love. Peace out. And I'll see you on another episode very soon. One love.